So that's the difference between a undyed one to dyed one. They come out nice and black. Beaver tries to come back. That's what I'm afraid of. Is it? I think it will stay. Maybe not. All my own lures too. So we make a scent lure for beaver, and that's what the inside of a cast gland looks like. It's like all different layers and stuff in there. Here we go. So today we're gonna get some beaver traps ready. It's season's coming up here in 2 weeks, so I got all these traps here. I just bought a bunch of used MB750s. So we're gonna go through all these traps and cut off all the old wire. And I run these stands here. I'm gonna make sure I cut all the wire off of these, get them all separated, and weld on some new triggers. Like this one here has a 1 trigger. I'm gonna get some more metal and weld on a new trigger, or at least wire there. So this is gonna be a tangled mess. This is from the end of last year. I threw them all in the back of my truck from the last day and threw them all right here. So they are tangled. Yeah, I can't wait. I love beaver trapping. That's kind of the point of the name of the channel here, Beaver Retriever. So we're gonna hammer down this year. I usually catch about 100 beaver a year. The most has been 107. It's the most I've ever caught. And, I'm gonna try to shoot for like 500 this year. It's kind of outrageous. I'll probably never even get it, but gotta shoot for the moon sometimes. I don't. All this old wire would break as soon as I caught something. So this one here needs to be set off too. So let's set it and set it off. Dead beaver. There's a square one. Set off. That one's nice and strong. Before we do anything else, we're gonna get this fire going. This is the pot I'm gonna use to boil them traps in. Get the fire going in down there now, so by the time I get all the traps all prepared, it should be boiling or close to it at least. I'm gonna peel some fresh alder bark, put some more in there. It's just I got a bunch of these. If you watched one of my previous episodes, I got a bunch of this from when I was doing my coyote traps. So we didn't use it all then. I'm just gonna go through and peel some of it right into the pot. This stuff makes a wicked black dye. All them rusty, crappy looking traps will come out black as could be. Yeah, that's probably good enough. Alright, that one here is ready. Triggers are good. Stands left. One more corner bear there. I got a few corner bears up there I gotta go through too. And we'll go work on them. Yeah, last trap. One more stand. That's all my beaver traps. All de-wired. Here's my pile of traps to work on. It's quite the pile. That's all traps that are good to go. And we got some footholds over here. We also got some footholds there. We're gonna do the footholds last. Alright, well this water's almost ready for traps, so while I'm working on them other traps, we're gonna throw in my first batch of traps. And we'll, I don't know how many I can fit in here. Looks like I need to add some more water. Yeah, I'll have to add some more water. I'll put 2 at a time in there. Oh, yeah, I get 3 if I put a 280 with some 330s. Yeah, so I've replaced some of these over the years, and like this I just put on a new one and never took off the old one. So now I'm going to keep these as spares. I'm going to try to replace these. So I'm going to see if I can't drill out this rivet and then bend a new piece and put in there. Maybe use these nails as a rivet and cut that off with a grinder or something and use it as a rivet. So let's see what we can do. Yeah, I think I can spread this apart. Pull out the old one. I just gotta bend a new trigger. Bend these. Cut that. I'm actually just gonna leave it right in there. Put it up tight. Yeah, that's a lot better than welding them on. Because when I weld it, I'm just making it weak where I weld it. So that's not the right way to do it, but that's the way I've been doing it. But this year I did it right. I think that's right. New wire in there, nail, pounded down like a rivet, nice and tight. So I'm going to take off this old one. This one here has no trigger at all, so that one we just took off we can use on this one. Right, we're getting there. It means I didn't do this in years past. Fix them properly. Isn't that bad. Last one. There. All my broken triggers are fixed. Alright, so I got a job I gotta go do, so we're just gonna start a smudge under the barrel, throw the next batch in there, and when we get back we'll put in another batch. So that's the difference between a undyed one to dyed one. They come out nice and black. So there. I'm gonna do that to every trap this year. All my corner bears, all my footholds. I already done my mink traps. Throw a bunch of wood on it, should ignite itself, starting to smoke pretty good. Well, what it is, I got a nuisance beaver job to go take a look at. Yeah, them coming out nice. Here's all my coyote traps all ready. Got like 43 all together right there. That's what I got done for beaver traps. And we got some mink traps, got some footholds and some corner bears, 110s for mink. Yeah, we'll probably give them about a half an hour in there before we pull them out. Got some other stuff I'm gonna go do between each batch here. Eventually we'll get them all done. So I'm going to throw some of these stands in there. Get more room in the barrel here. Throw 4 or 5 of these stands in. Alright, another day. Get this fire going and get my last few traps boiled. And we got some foothold beaver traps to boil too. Yeah, hopefully today we'll have everything all done. Still gonna make some castor lure. Gotta work on all my drowning sets, all my footholds. I'm gonna use chain this year. I'm gonna put 1 chain on today. See how this looks like it's gonna work, and I might switch from cable to chain. These right here, I have these cables here, and they always get kinked and always messed up when I catch a beaver in it. So I'm gonna put it on chain so I don't have to keep replacing these. These cables only last me 2 years maybe, and I have to start replacing them before they break. I still have a bunch of new cable. We're probably gonna make a bunch up of cable too for this year. Yeah, I'm gonna use this chain right here and just make a one-way sliding setup. I'm gonna paint this chain I don't want it to be so shiny. It'll stick out like sore thumb. People see that. So I could rust it up. I could put vinegar on this and rust it up. We're really running out of time. So for this one, I'm just going to paint it, which will work just fine. Start down here. That's going in. Well, these chains are too long on these footholds I'm going to use for beaver. I'd rather it be about that long. Just you're trying to drown them. Sometimes you don't have a lot of deep water. So I'm going to go through and break it down to 2 lengths between each swivel. Our bolt cutters here. We'll just put that 2 lengths in. Alright, so that's what we did. Let's lined right up. That's how much shorter they are now. So now I can drown a beaver in less water with this one than these ones. So we're gonna go through and do that to all of them. Alright, we're gonna go make a sliding lock for slide down this chain, and it'll only slide one way and it won't slide back. So I found this piece of pipe here in our scrap metal, and what I want to do is the chain fits right inside of that very nicely. So what I want to do is cut it off. Yeah, that's my rigging. So I've got my piece made. I just put the J hook right through the thing here, that hole that was in that piece we just made. What we're gonna do is slide the chain through it. I'm gonna put on one of these things on this end. That way that can never slide off this end. I can't go up past that. And then we're gonna get the other end. Put that on there. See if we can put it. This is what I'm gonna use for weight for now. I have some other ideas for weights, but we're just gonna try this for. Would be to get to where I'm going, I throw this out, I tie this off to a tree, and then this beaver. So I'm just gonna put my foot on the end of that, and this can go this way, no problem. But when that beaver tries to come back, that's what I'm afraid of. Is it? I think it will stay. Maybe not. I don't know. If it stays tight, it won't slide back. Yeah, it stays tight. I think we're gonna try that one. We're just gonna try this one. If I have any issues, I'll change it up before I make the other one. And I'm thinking it's just gotta be tight. If it stays tight, it won't slide back up. Or I gotta make this longer, one or the other. Which I think this longer might help too. Alright, so I just tried to smush that some, made that a little skinnier. What I think I need is a smaller pipe. Would make this work better. But I'm going to try it like that. Pull it tight. See if that can slide down. Looks like it can slide down fairly good. I don't get caught up right there. But it stays locked a lot easier. Yeah, pick that back up like that. Nice and black. Alright, half a dozen of these in there. That's it. Whoa. Putting up a fire. See? I'm gonna make a new ring here. I'm running out of these rings. I even use these for furs and everything too. Bend that up around like this. Make it so it hooks right on. bend this however you want it. I'm gonna go away from it like that. There we go. I put stuff on there. That's what I do with all my traps and all my furs. Alright, well we got most all my stands done. Put them on a couple of rings and we'll go hang them with traps. Just about done for today. Looking good. Look at all these traps. All died. Only got one more batch to do. Them footholds, which I'm leaving in there a little longer because the person that owned them before me waxed them, and you don't wax water traps. That critter's foot can slip out of that so easy when you wax them. We wax our foothold traps for coyotes, but not beaver under the water. Yeah. Oh, ow. Good. Get the other batch right in there. Yeah, them come out nice. Get a little wax off of them. Still a little bit on them, but I think that's going to be good. Yeah, last batch of footholds. Alright, well we got the boiler going. We're going to boil some other traps. I got some 155s here for marten. I try to catch some marten every year. This year I'm going to try to catch more than usual. And we also got some 220s for fisher and otter. Yeah, these work good for otter and fisher. I just got to make boxes for the fisher and marten traps. We can't put a trap over a certain size in the open baited without being in a box, so we don't catch lynx. Lynx are protected in the lower 48. Other than I can go to Alaska and trap them all day long. Can't wait to go to Alaska and trap a lynx. But this year I am trying to get as many traps ready as possible. Catch some critters this year. Alright, let's try to get these all down in there. Maybe. I'm gonna be able to fit them off. Oh, so close though. I get the last one. No, I just won't get it. I'm gonna go like this. Pick off two. So that. Yeah. Yeah. The batch down. Yep. Can't wait to catch some marten. Alright, we got a last batch of corner bear traps going into the pot. If I can get them in there. I really can't get them all in there. They don't cooperate. I don't think it's going to go down. But I'll give it a shove and see. Oh, it did. Nice. Last batch in there. I make all my own lures too. So we make a scent lure for beaver and we use their castor glands. And what I do is I save out some crappy castor glands from the previous year and just leave them outside. Actually, these are in my woodshed. And just let them all dry. The old time it taught me says seems like it's better with age. So, and this is what I have to put them in. It's just a Gatorade bottle. I still have a bunch left over from last year. So we're going to cut them up in the small pieces and put it into that. Yeah, I've never bought cast lure. Always made my own. The old time it taught me, I think we used propylene glycol, I think is what we used. Now I got glycerin oil. It's just so it don't freeze. That's the only thing I'm doing with that is I put just enough in there to keep it from freezing. So I use this in the colder weather. I don't use it in the middle of the winter. Unless I see a spot beaver coming out, then I can use caster in the winter. So yeah, we just cut it up into small pieces. Fairly small, don't have to be perfect. I probably am not going to be able to fit all of these in that jug there. But them will be for next year. So here's a big caster gland. Very big caster gland. We're going to cut that right in half and show you what it looks like inside a caster gland. That's what the inside of a caster gland looks like. It's like all different layers and stuff in there. That's where they create their scent lure. It's made right in that gland. Yeah. I'm going to put some maple syrup right in with my caster. This is my own maple syrup that I make every season. I'm going to pour a little bit right in there. And then with the maple syrup, we're going to put some of this glycerin oil in there. This will keep it from freezing. Whoa, too much of that. Once it's oil, so it's going to go slow. I don't want a whole bunch of this, but whoa, again, went way over. I'm going to have to wash this jug off when I'm done. Last batch of corner bears coming out. Yeah, that's my last batch. All done. There's all the traps all ready for the season. We got some 1.5 and 1 3/4 dukes for mink and muskrat. We got some 110s for mink and muskrat. We got some 155s for martin. We got some 220s for fisher and otter. We got 280s and 330s for beaver. Got some stands for the 330s and 280s. Got some MB 750s for beaver. And we got some Duke 550 for coyote. That's this year's lineup of traps. That's my iron.